All right. Well, that was not the ending we would have liked. Man, we really got to close out those games, but I'll jump right into it. We score fairly early off a great shot that gets deflected by McCarthy. Probably has to deal with it. Otherwise, it's probably still going to be a tap in for Yeboah. And Yeboah gets a nice, easy tap in at the back post. Just about as easy as it gets of a goal for Yeboah. And it was a great start. But, I mean, before that, there was a lot of naggly calls for fouls that the ref was giving, not in favor of us, by the way. It was completely an atrocious refereeing performance, in my opinion. Very bad one-sided game. I mean, should have been a clear as day foul on Sangbin. He clearly gets fouled in the back and should have won a penalty, but it should have been a penalty. And the fact that it doesn't go to VR, I don't know. I haven't seen it back, but it was atrocious in my opinion live. It should have been a clear as day penalty. But we go up 1-0. But typical fashion, we just give up a horrible, horrible goal. And it sucks because we had so many people gone on international duty that we squandered this 1-0 lead that was basically gifted to us. It was gifted to us. LA are missing a lot of players due to injury as well, so we can't, they're not at full strength either. So yeah, we just need more goal contributions from Sangbin as well. It's just, yeah. Perea played great, in my opinion. He was dictating a lot of very dangerous passes. Created that first one with the shot pass, whatever you want to call it. It is saved. Let's see. Will Trapp didn't get involved in the game as much. He was definitely playing a different role, and it's unfortunate with the Dotson injury. It was very, very, very unfortunate. Hoping for the best for that. See him go down after trying to shake off a little injury, and it seemed to be knee related. That's not good. Hopefully it's not. Fingers crossed, it's nothing major. I think I saw Ramsey was talking about they're doing scans and stuff. He hasn't really talked to Dotson, so there's really no information about that. So we just hope for nothing but the best in that situation. But the fact that Owen Jean comes on, and I personally thought he played well, Gene. I liked a lot what he did throughout this whole second half. He didn't really obviously get involved too much in the first 5 minutes of the first half coming on, but the second half, I really, really, really thought Gene played well. Not his debut, but I mean, first big chunk of minutes, 45, 55. If you add the 5 minutes that he played for Dotson in the first half, but I really liked a lot what he did, and I thought he played good. Another bright spot I thought was Romero. I thought Romero was all right. I thought he played pretty well. I really liked what he did in that whole back three. I liked a lot of what I saw from Romero, so that was another positive. Rosales coming off the bench, being fit again is always good. Markanic played well, just natural like for like sub. And even though I don't think Joseph had his best 45 after, or not 45, he didn't play 45, but I don't think he had his best subs performance. One of the more dangerous opportunities they had that they were potentially going to score was a bad giveaway by him. Romero kind of steps up and takes out Peck to pick up a yellow card, Romero's yellow card, and it was a very tactical foul, smart from Romero, but he kind of bailed out Rosales for having a bad giveaway. But yeah, we do need to talk about how Bongi needs to finish that chance where McCarthy comes out of his box, Patrick Star-like, and Bongi just needs to finish it. It just hits McCarthy's arm, but he just got to finish that as a goal. If we score that, then we There were so many chances we could have scored. The goal that doesn't get allowed, that maybe it definitely wasn't a goal. Goal line technology probably would have proved that. But is like those are the opportunities we need to score. It's scrappy. Someone needs to get on the end of it, and that's what LA Galaxy did for the equalizer. It was a scrappy. They put the ball in the box. We can't clear it out enough. It gets sent back, scrambled around in the box, and it lands to one of their players, Barry, I believe, and he hits it back to one of their subs, who just Smear can't really do much about it. It just finds its way in the back left corner, rolls in. Even Dane wouldn't have been able to save that. There was the goals today were not by any means Smear's fault, who made a couple good saves for sure. There was a Gabriel Peck shot that was a wicked deflection from maybe it was Diaz, tried to put a block in, or whoever it was. It was a wicked deflection, super hard low, and Smear makes a good save. So he made a couple good saves today. Morris played great again, I thought. He's been a really, really bright spot at the back and playing in the center today. A little bit different role, but I thought he played great. Jefferson Diaz just it was not. We need to see more. We need to see a lot more, in my opinion. Yeah, we just need to see a lot more. I don't want to talk too negatively about him, or because he definitely cares about the team. He plays with his heart on the sleeve. When we got the penalty, he was definitely hoping it went in his center circle, praying, hoping it goes in. He was literally praying. So that was something. He cares, but like, we need to see a lot more. Otherwise, he won't have too long of a future as a Loon. Because what we've seen is, if something's not working out, we will send whoever back to a lower division or to a different club, and we'll try to find a replacement for that. Victor Eriksson, for example, in the past. So we really need to figure out stuff to close out these games, because we should have had 3 points easily after that penalty. It shouldn't have mattered how bad the ref was after the penalty. It shouldn't have mattered about anything else but getting those 3 points. And Ramsey's tactics last week to park the bus for 30 minutes, if we can't control a 1-0 lead after getting a penalty in the 86th minute, I believe, 86. But we can't finish out the last 15 minutes, we're going to have problems. We need to figure something out, have an outlet to create a little bit of breathing for the defense after we're defending for our lives at the end of the game, because a lot of these games when we have a lead, these teams just pepper us with a chance after chance, a lot of possession, and that's what happened at the start of the game. Galaxy had a lot of possession, but we kind of eased our way back into it. We like to hit teams on the counter and whatnot, but we just got to close those out. Bongi, I thought, played great at right wing back, besides him not being able to finish that one chance. I'm really impressed with Bongi's dribbling. It's been absolutely top tier to start the season. But we had a lot of guys out. So, I mean, if you told me we got a point today, I wouldn't have said it was the worst result. But the way the game shaked out, again, just like last week, we should have had 3 points. And those are the type of draws that feels like a loss. Yeah, I will say another thing. Samuel Shuswaya, absolute game changer when he came on. It showed a lot of pace, a lot of technical ability, eye for a pass. He was very creative and helped with our attack. I thought that really helped with Perea. I thought that helped with Yeboah, and I thought that really helped change a lot of the attacking flow of what we were trying to do when Sam came on in the 60th, with Joseph as well. But that's kind of all I got for the review. I'll go into player ratings and we'll wrap it up. Yeboah, 10 out of 10, my man of the match. I've been screaming this every match review. He is going to get 20-plus goal contributions, maybe just 20-plus goals, period, maybe more than he is going to have a season, and he is an elite striker in this league. How long we can keep him and hold on to him, I don't know. He should be playing in Europe soon, at a top not top club, but he will be playing at a big club. He should have an opportunity. He's definitely a top tier striker. Sangbin, or so Yaboa, 10 out of 10. Sangbin, I'm gonna give a 6 out of 10. Did pick up a yellow. I need to see more. He did get into the game a little bit, but yeah. Perea, I'm gonna give a 9 out of 10. I thought Perea was excellent. Excellent game from Perea. Will Trapp, I'm gonna give a 7 out of 10. But not not Will's best game. I think I'm actually gonna go with a 6. No, 7. We'll go solid 7. Sonny Dotson, 7. I'm almost leaning 7.5. He was playing really, really well for the first 30 minutes, but 7 before the substitution injury. Bongi, I'm gonna give an 8. I thought I'm actually leaning more 7.5 because of the squandered chance he needs to finish that. I'm gonna go 7. But I mean, I'm actually 8. We're gonna say 8 because 8 was 8. I'm just going 8. He played well in other spots, so that also matters. Gave us with a lot of good dribbling capabilities, trying to create some chances. So even though he doesn't finish that chance, I will keep it at an 8, I guess. So I do need to see more end product. So 7.5 is probably fair, but we'll give him 8. We'll give him benefit of the doubt. Jefferson Diaz, I'm gonna give a 6. 6. I need to see more when he plays, but when everyone's full and fit, I prefer to not see him in the starting 11 at this point. We need to see more. Morris Dugan, I'm going to give a 8 out of 10. I thought Morris played well today. Romero, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Played well, did pick up a yellow card. The yellow card was tactical. I did like it. Thought it was a smart play to do at the time, but yellow card's a yellow card. So I'm going to give him a 7. Anthony Markanich, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Maybe you could bump it up a little, but 7 out of 10 is, I think, fair. Alex Smur, I'm going to give a 7 out of 10. Not a bad performance. Made a few good saves, but did let in 2 goals. Owen Jean, the 2 goals really weren't as well, though, but he made a couple good saves. So I will reiterate that the goals were not necessarily his fault, but we did let in 2 goals. So goalie usually falls blame on that. Owen Jean, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. I thought he really helped change the game a little bit in the midfield. Samuel Shishueya, I'm going to also give an 8. I thought really helped change the game in favor of us. Joseph Rosales, I'm going to give a 7. Not his best performance. I'm going to be harsh on Joseph. I'm going to give him a 6 today. He did win the penalty on the shot, so I'll give him a 7. He did win the penalty. However, he did win the penalty, so we'll just go with a 7 because I think 6 maybe is being a little harsh, even though we should expect more from Joseph and especially with fresh legs. So yeah, and we didn't make any subs after that. Eric Ramsey today gets a 7 in my opinion. Some of the subs changed the game, but we got to close out some of these games. That's my player ratings and my match review for the game. Special shout out to a couple MNUFC 2 players getting a short-term contract for the day. Darius Randall and Kanye Rizanovich, backup goalie, and for Darius Randall, who last year made MLS All-Star game for the second team. MLS Next Pro All-Star game, I should say. But, good to see Academy kids coming through, get them, on the bench. If maybe things would have went different score-wise, we could have maybe saw them potentially in the future. I think Darius Randall has a lot of hype in our academy, so we should keep an eye out for the kid. Physically, I saw him in person, tall guy, so I'd love to see more of him in in the future potentially in situations. Hopefully, that only happens, up 2-3 goals, down 2-3 goals, stuff like that in these type of games. But we're going to get some guys back for RSL next week. We need to get 3 points next week. And yeah, I'll wrap it up there. So thanks as always. Come on, you loons, and thanks for tuning in.